So let's start. First is John Lord Luga. A 28-year-old is the owner of Groom and Brew, which sells minoxidil, a scientifically proven solution for people who want to grow a beard. It also treats alopecia, a genetic disease causing baldness for men. He also brews his own grooming products such as pomade balms and oils and perfumes. Chandler shares that he was only using minoxidil for his own beard to grow, but then found the opportunity to earn profit by selling minoxidil. That's when he got into the business. Soon enough, he learned how to brew and started selling his home-brewed products. Next is Sean Hendricks Romano, 24 years old. Romano business is streetwear clothing, which he started last March 2019. He started the business to promote the local industry and to support the local hip-hop scene and movements. This is also one avenue for me to express myself when it comes to art and graphic design, he adds. In his free time, Sean indulges in looking for new artists by randomly listening to their mixtapes. He also surfs the net looking for inspiration. Next is Macho Moriles. Macho Moriles opened Kamayano Grill 3 years ago and Mateos Pizza 3 months ago. He started Kamayano because he wanted to pursue his passion for cooking. He also opens up and shares that he used to have a drink problem. I realized instead of spending hard-earned money on alcohol, why not start a business you are passionate about, he said. Macho finish multimedia arts and likes to play badminton as well. Next is Robbie Isaiah P. Hernandez, a 26 years old. Owns Dig Dip Ice Cream. After graduating from college in 2014, Robbie worked at a local bank but felt the bad side of routine work 2 years in. That's when he decided to think of a business concept that would interest him. That's when Dig Dip Ice Cream was born. Robbie shares that he loves exploring business knowledge with other business owners. When I have an opportunity to talk to some of the owners of small businesses, I find a common place that we stand in. It's what makes me do better and expand my knowledge towards different industries, he explained. Next is Jonas Carlo Locsin, a 20-year-old owns Burger Alley, a small street burger bar along the street of Loyola Obrero that has been around for 2 years now. Along with his partner Diane Margaret Olager, they decided to put up this business mainly because they both wanted freedom of time. Jonas also personally has a deep passion for food and burgers are his all-time go-to favorites. Jonas is a computer engineering graduate who decided to shift to the food industry. He loves traveling, surfing, and meeting new people along the way. He is very passionate about two things, food and surf. Eris Noel Sochan, 26 years old, owns Hunger Buster, which has been around for 5 years now. Eris shares that starting the business was actually just for fun. He only invested 5,000 pesos and never thought it would grow this big. The support from our family and friends has been overwhelming, and our customers have played an important role in bringing us to where we are now, he says. Our employees have been with us every step of the way, and I am very grateful to have such a wonderful team. Eris enjoys traveling and exposing himself to new cultures. He is currently taking his master's in business administration in the Asian Institute of Management. Next is Rosawa Fajardo Reyes, 26 years old, owns R. Reyes Pizza Hub, which opened in April 2016. We used to sell different basic pizzas before, he shares. I really have the drive to put up my own business. I used to put up a small computer shop before and I saw the opportunity in putting up businesses. I want to earn more to earn better and have a better life. Rosawa also plays basketball, being a big fan of the sport and a big supporter of Gilas Pilipinas. I can also say I am very nationalistic, Rosawa shares. I also love the sport of boxing. I am a big supporter of Senator Manny Pacquiao and dream of being a boxer one day, he said. Next is Carl Vasquez. Carl has a new clothing line called Bounce Back PH, which began with his struggles in dealing with his quarter-life crisis back in 2017. He opened up. It was a tough year for me because of the failure, loss, heartbreak, and setbacks that I went through. However, I challenged myself and pushed through life despite the difficulties. The following year, I decided that I will start a passion project that will tell stories of hope to those experiencing setbacks in life. I want to be able to tell my audience that they are not the only one dealing with these struggles. I want to reach many people and tell them that they have the inner strength to bounce back in whatever situation life throws at them. As a digital creative, Carl's designs reflect optimism, determination, and resilience incorporated in his apparel. With Bounce Back PH, I was able to find my purpose, he says. Carl is also a part of the core team of Albay Multimedia Arts Convention, the biggest organization in Bicol that celebrates creativity and cultivates the art scene in the whole region. He is also a proud dad to his puppy, Peppa, and he loves climbing mountains in his free time. Next is Warren Umlas. A 26 years old owns 1960 Barbershop, a 60s retro themed barbershop located in Cavite which started to operate in 2018. He has been in the barbershop industry since 2016, though when he was still in college. Warren admits that he was a failure in school and this is one of the reasons why he felt like he had to prove himself to his parents. One day, after seeing some of his friends starting businesses, he decided to build his own. I studied hard for it, he shares. I don't like studying, but I was patient this time around. I read a lot. I asked a lot of questions. I did my research until I came up with a solid plan. After that, he borrowed some money from his parents to start a business and redeem himself from being the black sheep of the family. I proved that although I may not be book smart, I am street smart. Match that with a bit of thick skin and hard work, and I built a business. I believe that as long as you don't hurt anyone or step anyone, you can go places. I continue to learn as I go along, he adds. Next is Hans Christian Juan. Christian Juan owns Group and Boiler Coffee Corp, which opened in June. He shares that he started the business because he never saw himself behind a cubicle, nor did he want to do anything repetitive in the long run. I saw putting up a business as a way to accelerate my personal development, he adds. Being a provider of jobs is also something I see as a fulfilling. Hans is also an avid cyclist and fan of astronomy, rocket science. In the long term, he dreams to have a business that plays an active role in the space industry. Next is Mark Christian Ilano, a 28-year-old established Waffles in September 2016. Initially offering crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside Hong Kong-style egg waffles with a twist of ice cream and your choice of toppings. Since then, Waffles has expanded to include Lollipoffles, a waffle on a stick topped with syrup and your toppings, swiggles, creamy ice cream with all the flavors you can imagine, from matcha to blueberry cheesecake and many more. And Waffles milk tea because what better drink to pair with egg, waffles than milk tea. Mark grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. His parents were self-made business owners and he and his siblings were exposed to the daily operations and sales of the business since they were kids. It's definitely an experience that play a role in starting a business, he shares. And looking back, I am very thankful and blessed to have learned from it. Mark has always enjoyed seeing different places, immersing himself in different cultures, meeting new people and trying local delicacies. It's a beautiful world we live in, and when you have a chance to, I encourage you to see what's out there and fully experience it here. Next is Inigo Dulay, a 29-year-old currently owns 3 businesses, Fat Wave Shack, a bar at his family's resort in La Union, Buns and Bros, a restaurant specializing in handcrafted burgers in Makati, and CFMNL Fort, a CrossFit gym in Taguig. Inigo grew up in La Union where his parents ran a few resorts, so he feels like it was inevitable that he puts up his own business too. He began with his passion for CrossFit, in which he trained seriously to become an athlete. He invested in the gym he trained at, got certified to become a coach. After a serious injury during a competition in 2016, he was forced to rest for 8 months. That was when he went back to his earlier passion, cooking. I began playing around with burger recipes and decided to keep developing this into a full menu, he shares. What became a weekend market stall became a small stall at a food park and eventually became a full-fledged restaurant, which Inigo runs with his partners. In the past couple years, he decided to transform the restaurant space at his family's resort into a bar. The passions I've had in life I made into things I could do for a living, which I am blessed to have been able to do, he says proudly. I enjoy the challenges of finding solutions to keep my businesses going and I cannot wait to see where my projects will take me next. Next one is Mariano Q. Starting as an employee in the drugstore prior to World War II, Mariano Q found his opportunities when he saw the need for antibiotics. Using his knowledge in pharmaceuticals, he procured sulfatiazole antibiotics and sold them in single doses in extremely poor areas. Fueled by the booming demand from the masses, he was able to make a profit from his 100 peso capital and built a Cariton, which allowed him to sell even more antibiotics and reach more areas. Because of his dedication and hard work, he was able to work his way through and build his first drugstore in 1945. From his humble beginnings, Mercury Drug now has more than 700 branches worldwide. His strategy: always remember that if there's a need, there's money to be made. Just know what the market needs and provide it. The profit will come after. Next is Angeline Tam. Is the founder and CEO of the pioneering motorcycle taxi service, Angkas. It surprised everyone as the motor industry is usually considered a part of man's world. Tam worked as a banker for JP Morgan for 5 years and in that time, she was not spared from the horror of heavy traffic that every Filipino in the metro suffers. Because of her first-hand experiences, she started the first motorbike hailing service in the country as a solution, or started of the solution to our country's infamous gridlock. Angkas accrues over 1.5 million downloads and boasts a high percentage of safety records. Although the company has also been subjected to the national controversies, it also opens an opportunity for other motorcycle transport network companies to operate aside from its head-to-head rivalry with Grab. As part of expanding Angkas, Tam plans to provide the drivers free training and pioneer the country's first motorcycle ambulance. Next is Angeli Dab. Is the CEO founder of Access Travel and Tours, a travel agency that became the most favorite among celebrated local artists, travel bloggers, influencers, and people who want skillfully constructed itineraries and make the most out their travels. Dab initially wanted to become a flight attendant, but life led her to a different path as she started the business on her own at the age of 19. She faced many ordeals, like being betrayed by her business partner and losing what she had built. She invested the last of her money on an experimental trip for the fashion blogger Lorraine Uy, whose Instagram posting immediately attracted 10,000 followers for Access Travel and Tours. The agency presently became the most recommended for celebrities, reaching 225,000 followers. Angeli is a globetrotter herself who had traveled 52 countries and will be going for more. Next is Joey Magsaysay, owner of Potato Corner. The young Magsaysay left school to bus tables, wash plates, and work on the cash register at a fast food chain. In a few years, he became a manager, handling 5 stores. With his background and skills in store management, Magsaysay's friends asked him to handle Potato Corner, of which he was a co-founder. They pulled their money together and started the food cart business in 1992, offering franchises left and right. Today, Potato Corner has more than 550 stalls in the Philippines and around the world. Next one is Alfredo M. Yao. Born to a sidewalk vendor and a brother to 5 siblings, Alfredo Yao saw the value of hustling at an early age. Yao's parents sold just about anything a sidewalk vendor could sell to survive poverty. Due to his father's early demise, he was forced to do odd jobs at the age of 12 to help feed their family. Through the help of his relatives, he was able to finish elementary and high school. However, even as a working student, he was unable to finance and finish his college degree. Despite the hardship, the young Alfredo did not stop reaching for his dreams. With lots of valuable experiences in the printing industry, he was able to establish his own printing business and later on discovered the potential use of DOI packs or flexible foil packs as a promising technology to juice packaging and tried to promote it to local juice companies but nobody accepted it. This led him into venturing and making his own juice manufacturing businesses, launching in as Zest O Juice drink, and the rest was history. His strategy: nothing is impossible. With hard work, faith, and perseverance, you can do anything and everything. All it takes is your pure guts to achieve glory. Next one is Julie Ganjonko. For Julie Ganjonko, there is no such thing as too late if you want to succeed in life. Busy managing their sari-sari store and with the sideline of sewing jobs from their neighborhood, wherever her husband is assigned for work, Julie had early exposure to life as an entrepreneur. When her husband decided to leave his job to focus on managing their 30-hectare sugar plantation in Dumaguete, Julie worked with him hand in hand to supervise their farm. But due to the sudden drop in the price of sugar worldwide, they soon lost their farm and the couple decided to move back to Cebu. Eager to continue their life even after the huge loss, Julie applied as a canteen concessionaire in a rattan export company. Her exposure to the field made her realize the customers' demand for bread. She risked opening her first bake shop, which she named after her Julie's Bake Shop at the age of 50. Her strategy: it is never too late to dream, and when you dream, dream big because no one knows what the future will bring. Next is Corazon D.O. Corazon D.O.'s rags to riches life is a heartwarming story of a mother-turned-businesswoman. Working as a dietitian for a hospital in her early years as an employee, she used her expertise, knowledge, and skill as a dietitian to create and innovate affordable processed meat products. She first experimented with the new filling for siopaw and then developed a homemade siopaw stuffed with skinless longganisa which she shared with her neighbors. Words about it spread fast and it became a hit in no time. Because of this, she became eager to pursue it as a business and borrowed 60,000 pesos as a capital to cover incoming orders. Soon, she founded her very own company, CDO Food Spear, in 1995. From a simple dream of providing good food to her family, Ong ended up with a lifelong commitment to providing affordable and high-quality food to Filipino households. Her strategy: if you love something, go for it. Your hobby and passion can be your edge and could bring you your next big thing. Keep hustling and try to make money out of it. Last but not the least is Miss Glenda de la Cruz Victoria. At the age of 12 years old, where most girls are at home doing their homework, a young lady named Glenda Victoria from Morong Rizal started to earn a living by selling almost everything. Glenda grew up under the watch of her grandmother. Her parents were separated and her mother left her at the age of 2. Glenda did everything for her lola to make ends meet. She used to go to Divisoria and bought things that she can sell online. She also applied and was employed as a virtual assistant of international companies. And to top it all, Glenda joined barangay beauty pageants and Pinoy Big Brother auditions at ABS-CBN, hoping for a greener pasture if she's in luck. Unfortunately, Glenda didn't bag the crown of pageant. She was not accepted as a housemate inside the bahay ni Kuya, and she was fired out as a virtual assistant, and the management of the international company she was working with found out that she was still a minor. It was then that Glenda started selling beauty products online as She was also using it to clear her skin from pimples and acne. And as a result of using the product she was selling, her pimples slowed down and eventually her face bloomed and got a smoother skin. Glenda used her marketing skills and creative strategies selling online from her suppliers until finally, after her through research and study, she decided to manufacture her own product and sell her own product. It was year 2016 when Brilliant Skin Essentials was born, supplying different kinds of facial and skin products for rejuvenation. Brilliant Skin came as a smash. From the initial selling online, a lot of distributors immediately inquired, purchased, and the next day, the products were selling like hotcakes. Miss Glenda Victoria is one of the youngest CEOs in our country today, and this was validated through her international recognition at Gawad Award America in Hollywood, California, as she was officially recognized as 2018 youngest Filipino CEO in the field of cosmetics and skincare last August 18 of the year 2018. By December, Miss Glenda is expecting to finally open Brilliant Essentials manufacturing plant in Morong, Rizal. Evidently, Miss Glenda put her heart, mind, and soul into her smallest acts, and that is the secret of her success. And that's the 20 successful businessmen and women in our country. Thank you for watching, guys. So